Welcome to another episode of Diversified Minds. Namaskar, Vande Mataram, Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra. I'm going to continue my vlogging in English and again on the same topic, coronavirus, which has right now caused a devastating effect all over the world. Today, as of 31st March 2020, there are about 64,000 infected in Germany and roughly 2,581 infected in Berlin city alone. An increasing number at an alarming rate. However, there is some silver lining. The number of infected in a particular bezirk have shown that there has been zero infected patients in the last 24 hours in a couple of bezirks, that is couple of districts of Berlin. So this is a kind of a silver lining that is now coming out. In India, there has been a lockdown. So far, the statistics say that there have been 40,000 tests in India so far and 1,300 infected people. 3.2%. 32 infections per 1,000 people have been found out. Now, people are saying that Berlin is going to ramp up the testing for about 8,500 per day or so. Again and again, I'm going to tell you that why Germany needs to do more testing and why India can do with less testing. Then the virus is not native to either Germany or India. It has come from China. But Germany was probably late in reacting, and probably the climate in Germany and WHO, or maybe there are some health experts who also will disagree with the fact that there is nothing related to climate which can actually judge that the infection doesn't spread very fast. That in Germany right now the community spread has happened, that is the person to person transmission has happened, and the contacts cannot still be traced. That's not the case in India, because all the cases right now that have been reported so far, barring a few of them, there is very less incidents that a community transfer has actually taken, the community transmission has taken place. That is why Government of India imposed a lockdown on 22nd of March, that nobody can go out, nobody can come in. Even in Berlin, there is not a lockdown, but only essential shops are running, all the other shops have been closed. Now, the infection rate versus the fatality rate, let's talk about these factors. In Germany, the fatality rate is very, very low, because the infected rate, and this you can confirm from the Robert Koch Institute website, that majority of the infected are within the age group of 25 to 50, 25 to 60. So, if you have majority people in this age group, it is less likely that any fatality will happen over here, unless and until there are comorbidity conditions like diabetes or some other respiratory illness. In comparison to that, there have already been 32 or 33 fatalities in India, which again points to a very, very high rate of fatality, especially among the elderly. Most of the people who have passed away are the elderly in India as well as Germany. Again, I'm going to stress on these factors, that because India imposed strict quarantine measures right from the start, and it really prevented people from all over Europe or all over the world coming to India. That is why it has tried to contain the community spread, because once if it gets into the poorer areas of the country, let us say the slums, or where people live in very close to each other, or densely populated regions of the country, then it will be very difficult to control, and hence that lockdown imposed by the Government of India was necessary. Now, I am also a culprit over here, because before 22nd of March, I was daringly asking people to go to India, because I feel that people will be safe there. And my opinions are not unfounded, because the hot and humid climate in India will essentially make it difficult for the virus to survive. And why again I'm giving this justification? Health experts are bound to disagree with me, and they should disagree with me, for the fact that I'm not a health expert, or I'm not a virologist, or I'm not a other scientist who is doing any research in this field as a matter. My only interpretation and why am I going on this stance is because of the SARS-CoV-1, which was SARS-1 in 2003, which spread all over the world and had a much higher fatality rate, but in India it could not have any impact. And the same thing with the MERS epidemic in India, which did not have any impact in 2012 that came up. So based on these, my conclusions are drawn that SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19 in epidemic will not have any impact in India. The government had to take some steps because it had to curb, though there may not be any impact, but there are people who are vulnerable. These are the people with respiratory diseases like bronchitis, tuberculosis, or even asthma. And this proportion is quite high. I don't know the number of asthmatics, but it appears that there are 7 crores or roughly 78 million diabetics in India. On all that, we have roughly around 400 million people who are close to about the age of 55 plus. If you see all these factors, then we are exposing a huge amount of population at risk if there is an infection spread within the community. Let's say I'm a healthy person, but for some reason if I am infected with COVID-19 and I go to India, I may not cough and I may not sneeze and I will be perfectly symptom free. Then I may not transfer, but let's say by mistake I sneeze, or even because of the dusty environment in India, then it could happen that somebody may touch that place. Then what may happen is that a senior citizen may touch that area and then end up touching his or her nose, and then may be infected because of me inadvertently. Ideally, let's say if I sneeze outside in India on a metallic surface and the temperature outside is 35 plus degrees C, which is in most cities now across India, what will happen is the ground temperature or the temperature on the metallic surface will be much higher. In my opinion, the probability of the virus surviving this high temperature is very, very less. And why, again and again, I'm giving you another example, that if you pour a glass of water on a terrace or on a balcony, see how quickly it evaporates in India compared to what it does in Germany or some other country. By this logic, I still feel that India will stand a lower risk of community transmission. The government has to take precautions, and then it has imposed this lockdown. So requesting everybody to adhere to the lockdown, stay indoors, stay safe and stay healthy. Now, staying indoors and working from home has given me its advantages, which you will see. So hope that sitting at home managed to bring out certain hobbies within you. For me, my hobby is playing the sitar, which you will see, which I'm going to show you that I've been practicing with a small clip of Raga Pilu. Credits to this Gath. First of all, I would like to thank my Guruji Adwaitji Gadgil, and his channel description is also given in the description. special thanks to Adwaitji, Gadgil and Shujat Khan sir for inspiring me to put this clip. And again, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Jai Maharashtra.